Did you know the Bible tells us that once we find Jesus, that we no longer are supposed to live in the flesh, but by the Spirit of the living God? And it warns us that when we do press on to this greater calling in our life, that those who are still in the flesh will malign us. And these are going to be other Christians thinking that we're holier, and they'll persecute us for what is right when they're walking in their sins. 1 Peter chapter 4 says, "Therefore, since Christ has suffered in the flesh, arm yourselves also with the same purpose, because he who has suffered in the flesh has ceased from sin, so as to live the rest of the time in the flesh, no longer for the lusts of men, but for the will of God." Listen to this next part. "For the time already is past is sufficient for you to have carried out the desire of the Gentiles, having pursued a course of sensuality, lusts, drunkenness, carousing, drinking parties, and abominable idolatries. In all this, they," which is other Christians, "are surprised that you do not run with them into the same excess of dissipation, and they malign you," which means they persecute you. They live a little. Stop trying to be so holy, right? "They malign you, but they will give account to him who is ready to judge the living and the dead. For the gospel has for this purpose been preached even to those who are dead, that though they are judged in the flesh as men, they may live in the spirit according to the will of God. The end of all things is near. Therefore be of sound judgment and sober of spirit for the purpose of prayer." So this verse is saying the time has passed to participate in a sinful lifestyle, and others will malign you for not sinning with them. But God's going to be judging righteously. So other people are going to always try to pull you back into that old life. And sometimes Satan will actually entice other lukewarm Christians or people around you who don't really truly know Jesus, but just profess Jesus, because Jesus will change our desires and we will go from a slave of sin to a slave of righteousness. And so these people will try to persuade you that you're being too holy or too righteous, and they'll persecute you and they'll malign you on behalf of your obedience to God. And these are stumbling blocks, and do not be caught off guard. Stay on the narrow path, my friend. God bless.